All right, we got something fun in today. We got a 4th gen Viper in, a coupe, which is fairly rare. This one, we're just sort of gonna bring it up to date. So we're gonna get rid of all the polished bits, refinish it in gloss black, touch up a bunch of stuff, a few little things that's been sitting for a while. So we're just gonna get it fresh for them and then get it in and get it out.
Gloss, powder coat gloss black. I'm gonna hand sand the rest of it, but I just wanted to get the sandblaster into these areas, center cap area, valve stem, the parts, and even like especially in here, I couldn't really prep those properly by hand, so use the blaster, get that out, and then the rest I'm gonna block out by hand because there's a nice flat, very subtle lip on the edge that'll look really good. Nice long block, keep it crispy, right? So
nice. They're gonna look so much better in black.
Yeah, especially with the rest of the car. The way the car is, like the chrome with the black stripe is super period correct on that car, and it's from 2009. So yeah. Sandblasting might be a little bit too coarse of a finish for gloss black, so I'm gonna go over it with everything and finish it in 240. Make sure it's all leveled out and nice.
So usually, how far does sandblasting go? Like how many grit, if you could?
I think for something like this prismatic powder stuff, if you're doing like the textured, the heavier powder coating, you can finish it in like 100, 120, 80 to 120. But because this is gloss, we're gonna go a little bit finer. So it just has a nice finish. Like those gold STI wheels.
Yeah.
I think those were probably like 240, I think.
Oh,
as well,
I see.
because there's the base and then there was a clear coat on top.
Okay.
So it's a little bit thicker. You can get away with a little bit more coarse grit, but this just being like straight up a nice jet gloss black, want to make it as nice as possible, right? So yeah, should be good. These are gonna be nice.
This is an eraser wheel, so I'm just removing all the wheel weight glue from all the wheel weights that were on here. So we'll just remove that so it doesn't damage the aluminum, and then we can start prepping it and stripping the clear.
Today we are adding a little sprinkle of excellence to this Dodge Viper. So what we're doing today is eliminating what was the factory exhaust tip. Can you imagine, like this was stock and it was inset within this little hole here, and we have a customer that just asked for a little extra, so we got these tips. I didn't have to fabricate these from scratch or anything. We just bought them and then I modified them to fit. Fortunately, this whole panel comes off and it exposes the side pipe area, and then you know, Dodge, they had the foresight to make the exhaust tip a bolt-on affair from the muffler back. So I just removed the stock section, cut this little tip section off of it, and then modified the new tips to fit within it. It wasn't that simple to actually execute it, because the angles of the center line radius of the bend and all the blah blah blah, all the stuff didn't work out super smooth. But in the end, with a little bit of mods to these existing tips, we managed to get that set and done and dusted.
It makes a huge difference to the look.
Huge difference. I mean, why didn't the factory do
Why did
that?
it come like that?
Like
Yeah.
that from this.
It looks so good. And I was just mentioning off camera, it works so well with the Viper logo. Like if you look at it.
Yeah, I mean the colors. It makes sense, right?
Yeah.
It makes you wonder, like, why did that not come like that already?
Yeah.
So sometimes simple things are all it takes to do a radical transformation. A simple tip was all it needed. Yeah. Yeah, it's very satisfying, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you still have to weld this, right, to the exhaust itself.
Yeah. So now I'm gonna bring the welder over and I'm just gonna reach in from the backside, give it a couple of temporary tacks, enough to hold it. We'll remove this whole section again. I'll take it back to the table. We'll TIG weld it up real nice and then prepare for final finishes. We're still kind of going up and it's kind of up in the air how we're gonna refinish it. Most likely there's gonna be some sort of Cerakote involved because Cerakote's excellent.
But it's not going to be, is it going to be this color? I think it's
But we're kind of leaning towards leaving a little bit of the stainless to sort of tie things together. And so it might be a dual finish. We might do a little bit of Cerakote, probably black Cerakote on the inside because it's going to get black anyways as soon as you fire the engine up.
Yeah.
So why not prepare it properly with that? Maybe leave a little bit of the stainless on the outside exposed, just to add that little sprinkle, but yeah, we'll decide. We'll decide when we get into it a little bit farther. The things like this, like I really look forward to seeing the customer's expression.
Yeah.
Because that is majorly transformative. I look forward to watching their eyes, like just see them alight with joy,
Wow.
seeing that. It's like, oh,
Would you look at that?
nice. Yeah. Would you just look at it? You know?
Oh my gosh.
There you go. Yeah. Perfect. Yeah, that's a happy place. Okay, this is really awkward. All joking aside, man. Okay, that looks good. So that's in place. We got this side done. Well, tacked. We're gonna do the same thing to the other side. Nobody probably wants to see the same thing times two. So I'll do all of that over there and then we'll take it to the table. We'll TIG weld it. I want to clean up the inside transition from the factory tip tubing to the new one, and then it'll be off for Cerakote.
That's a lot of heat shielding though. This one, and we have that one.
Yeah. I would assume there's probably just like crazy heat in here, right? Mm-hmm. Like, what is this thing? It's like a 8.4 liter
V10.
V10? Is that
Yeah.
that's what it is?
Yeah, it's so interesting. I think it can burn you, right? Like they have the marks and all of that. Yeah, it may burn you. So don't put your legs
There you go.
So interesting that they would put that there.
Serious injury can occur.
Yep.
Wow.
So interesting.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's cool.
That's pretty amazing.
I think I actually need to get a sticker like that
that.
for my Datsun.
Yeah, in case you haven't seen Rob's Datsun build, you need to check it out because it's awesome. He's building pretty much a full car from scratch from the Datsun.
Yeah,
Like
I mean,
tube frame.
Because we eliminated everything that was Datsun in my car,
Yeah.
and we're starting from nothing.
So-
and one of the things that I want to achieve in my build is having a single side pipe exhaust.
Oh, just one, not like
Yeah.
on either side.
Yeah, just one side.
Okay. Why? Why not either side? Symmetrical.
I mean, that's a fair enough question, but I feel like because the concept idea I have for the exhaust with the headers and everything, it just makes sense and everything flows really nicely to this side.
Okay.
That the single side pipe exhaust sound, it just seems like it makes sense.
Cool.
the packaging in the Datsun, like a classic Z car. Like most people probably don't really realize it, but it's a very small car.
Yeah.
So, and when you start adding, like I have a 6-liter LS in there, so huge engine in a small space, big tubes. There's not a lot of room, so it made more sense to package it all onto one side and instead of both.
Yeah.
Because originally I was going to do twin side pipes, a little bit more like a NASCAR with oval tubing and the big, you know, whatever.
Yeah.
Didn't work out.
Okay.
The original concept didn't work because there's no room. But this car right here really inspires me when I see how they did this, the big opening on here, how easily the panel comes off this car, like the removal and reinstallation of that side panel, this cover. It's pretty well engineered. It's pretty smart. So I'm gonna take some cues from that and perhaps do some of the same things on the Datsun.
Oh, wow, that's a massive muffler.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Right? Look at the size of this thing. And then the cats are right there.
Yeah. It's a pretty sick car.
Yeah.
There's a pretty legit flat bottom on this car too. It's pretty well engineered.
Yeah, it's all flat.
Yeah. Pretty cool to get your hands on something like this. And sometimes I feel like we're very fortunate to be able to play with these things. So we'll weld that up. Clean up the transition on the inside, make sure it looks really nice. And that's that. So just a slightly modified version of a tip. Like this tip when we bought it was probably
way longer.
This longer?
Yeah.
This long? Ah, there it is. That's pretty cool, eh?
Yeah, it looks awesome.
Yeah. We're doing surface prep for the Cerakote, so I taped off a little bit. We're gonna do a dual finish on it.
Nice.
You'll see in a moment.
Oh, I'm excited.
I suppose I could probably show you.
What?
Want to see it?
Yes.
All right. Let's take a look.
Is it hot?
No.
Oh,
no, I just don't want to contaminate it, right?
Oh, yeah. Ooh, that
So-
looks nice.
This stainless tip,
Yeah.
we decided to do a dual finish on it. So this is all going to be Glacier Black Cerakote. And so we just taped off that little edge. So it'll be a nice little rollover of polished stainless with all the Glacier Black.
Sweet.
So that's it.
Awesome. I'm excited
Once
to
I'm
see how
finished
it
with
turns
this, then I'll send it off to the boys. And they'll make it look real pretty.
out. Awesome.
We'll be installing these today,
Ooh.
so we'll get a chance to see them.
Nice.
Fresh out the oven.
Oh man.
Yeah, that looks good.
Oh, yeah. Ooh. That's
Fancy,
nice. That's pretty nice.
That's sick, eh? Looks like we were professionals.
Fooled ya!
That looks pretty awesome.
We're not professionals, we're just pretending.
Fuck, just very exhausting. Hey,
Dang, that looks cool.
Okay.
It's gonna look so sick on the car.
Can't wait to get this installed.
Yeah. Should we take it home? let's
The car or the
let's-
tips?
Yeah, that too.
Yeah.
In my dreams, right? Okay. That's how we gotta leave that until we get the side skirt on. Then we'll be able to tighten up the cinch bolt, and then we're done.
Oh,
Yeah. Just look at that, eh?
oh,
That's a nice transformation.
glorious.
It's beautiful. Look at it. Cerakoted lug nuts. Look at that. It's proper.
So nice.
Almost ready to put it on its wheels. When you look close, you see a clean line. Fucking fire.
Fire emoji, bro.
Fire emojis. 3 fire emojis.
All right, we got our Viper project done, so we're gonna take a quick walkthrough of all the things that we did to it. Sort of the biggest and most visual thing that we did was we stripped and powder coated the wheels a gloss black just to give it a little bit more of a modern look. Put new tires on it. Another thing that Rob did that we just sort of cleaned up is we put new tips on it because it just had an unfinished sort of piece of metal in there. So we put a double wall tip on it. A few of the other big things is just mostly cleaning things up. So Brett went under the hood, redid the coil covers, painted and Cerakoted a bunch of little brackets just to freshen it up a bit because I think it had sat for a little while just in somebody's private collection, and now the new owner intends to actually put it to use, so he wants it looking as good as he can. So now it's going to get a big detail and we're going to send it home. So we're on to the next one, so like, subscribe, and we'll get that posted up, whatever it is. Check out the new merch.
Oh yeah, I almost forgot about that.
Buy our
Future merch. Yeah, future merch. I don't think these are on sale yet, right? But they will go on sale at some point. So if you're interested, let us know what you guys think about this merch, because we think it looks awesome.
We're working on prototypes, so be the first.
Oh, sounds so good.
Boom.